All right, everybody. What is up? What's up? What's up? Hello, everyone, and welcome to a rare full day of Sunday streaming. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Sunday, the 20th of January, 2019, and guess what? I am actually streaming all day long. And I know that's a rarity. I know that usually I don't. Usually Sunday is kind of my slow day. Where I do like one major stream, and then usually Sunday night, I take the opportunity to either, if I have like personal stuff I need to do off the stream, or a lot of the times I have stuff that I have to do in relation to patrons. That is the night that typically I would do it. Tonight, just in particular, I don't have anything lined up at all, and in particular, Kat actually is going to be working tonight. So because of that, I am able to actually do some extra streaming today. So today will be a full, double stream day. And I'm excited for that. I am. Because we're going to do some fun stuff today. Okay, allow me to explain what will we be up to today. Ooh, what will be going on the stream as well. First off, this should be pretty interesting because I'm going back to Dark Souls, and I know people go, oh my god, Dark Souls, Dark fucking Souls again, Dark Souls, still in Dark Souls, he plays Dark Souls every year, Dark Souls, he pulls out his ass, Dark Souls, he dies to Dark Souls, he does all clips of Dark Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls, I get it, but at the very same time, alright, when I play Dark Souls, number one, it brings out a certain crowd, a crowd of people who like to see me play gruelingly difficult games, that's number one, and number two, this time around, it's 2 years later, by the way. I should mention this. I haven't played Dark Souls 1 in 2 years. It was actually early 2017 when I did Dark Souls The Redemption Run. And the gimmick was that I was going to go back to Dark Souls 1, and I was going to play it legit, even though I was going to take some help from the stream. I was basically going to try to beat it without cheating, without hand-holding, without summoning, just basically going through the game and beating it for myself. All right. And I did. But once again, when I did that in 2017, a lot of people had issue because if you guys can remember way back then, basically that run, I found the Black Halberd spear or the Black Knight Halberd. That's what it's called. It's a very random drop. And I looked out and got it. And it's basically the best weapon in the game. It completely destroys the game and beats almost everything easily. And I went through the game using it, and people were like, oh, that's a crutch. Well, the bottom line is, even though it was a crutch, I'll agree, it's a really good weapon, it's a random drop. It was just luck that I got it, and it ended up being a fun run for me, because I was able to go through the game legit and beat everything with this Black Knight Halberd. And people, of course, once again complain. So, this time around, two things. Number one, just so everyone understands this, I'm going to say this up front. I've now played Dark Souls 1 at least 3 full times, and this will be my 4th full run through the game. I'm not going to make this a priority, and I'm just going to repeat myself when I say that. This game will be the game to fill the gaps between other stuff going on. Like, for example, later this week, we've got a new release in Resident Evil 2. Then we've got Kingdom Hearts 3. In mid-February, we've got a bunch of new releases. This game will fill in the gaps. But this is not going to be the priority playthrough that I'm doing. And it's certainly not going to be something that I'm going to, oh, well, I'm not going to play this new release today because people want Dark Souls. No, that's not what I'm going to do. All right. So that being said, okay, it's still going to be fun because I'm going to do something I've never done before. And I have no idea how this is going to go. And quite frankly, it's going to rely solely on your guys' input and advice as I'm playing the game. But I'm going to be doing a magic-based run in Dark Souls 1 Remastered. And I should also bring this up. I'm playing Dark Souls Remastered, which means I'll be playing it on the PlayStation 4. From all reports, this version has the most responsive controls, the best frame rate, even though I've heard they didn't really fix anything in the realm of gameplay. Like, the gameplay is pretty much identical to the previous Dark Souls iterations, on other consoles. But I've never played this on the remastered version. I've only played the PS3 version, which, as everyone knows, the graphics really chug and lag in certain parts. In particular, when you're fighting the Hydra, or when you're fighting, when you're in the Crystal Caverns, and you're fighting Seed, the Scaleless, I mean, the frame rate is terrible in those areas, right? So, this should be pretty interesting to see how this goes. Now, in regards to the magic run, I basically have many different ways I can go. From what I understand, there are different builds. So I could go a pure sorcery build, which relies on intelligence only. I could do a faith build, which relies on miracles and is very different. And then I could do a pyromancy build, which is also different. Some people have recommended I do a hybrid, like maybe I start with pyromancy, but then once I get my intelligence high enough in the game, I switch over to sorcery. Some people have said I should go for the end game Moonlight Greatsword, which is a rare drop, but if I get it, it could basically destroy the game. So this is interesting because I've never done this before. Ever. I've never done a magic-based build. The one exception would be my first original Dark Souls 2 run when the game was new. So guys, remember way back when, what was that? 2014, right? Or something like that. Back then, if you guys remember, I started the game as a melee build. I was going to be a paladin, which is just sword and shield, but having healing spells. But then when I found out how overpowered the lightning spear was in that game, I basically changed up my strategy completely and started to do a build based solely on lightning spear, which then basically superpowered myself. And made it that I just destroyed the game with lightning spears. Okay? So that being said, the bottom line is I could do a lot of things in this game, and I'm basically going to be basing it off of what you guys suggest. It really is going to be based off of people who are on the streams, what they're suggesting I do, okay? So if you're here for these streams, when I play Dark Souls Remastered, you're going to have a key component in determining, you know, the outcome of the playthrough, all right? And that's cool. You know, that's cool to have that kind of interactivity where you're going to be telling me, oh, Phil, you know, you should do this for the build. By the way, the best, here, you can find the best spell over here. You can find the best, what are they called? The wands or whatever. I guess for pyromancy, they're like sometimes shriveled hands and shit. So you're like, you find that over here. Because the thing is, I've played this game many times, and I found all of those items, but I never used them. Because I never did a magic build. And I get the feeling the game's going to feel very different, you know, having to cast spells rather than melee combat, which is what I've done every time up to now, okay? It should be pretty fun, I think. I honestly do think it's going to be good, okay? So, ladies and gents, that's what we're going to do today. Build a character, determine what the starting stats should be. I'm going to be using your guidance in stream chat to figure out where I should be, how I should be going about it, where are the best items, you know, to do a magic run, and go from there. We all know Dark Souls is super long, but as I told you guys, this is not the main focus. It will be my main focus today and tomorrow. After that, we've got many other things coming up, which I'm going to explain in a moment when I go through the schedule. All right. So it's not going to be a main focus. It'll be other new releases and stuff, and then this will be the thing to fill in the gaps. And, you know, it should be fun. I really do think it's going to be fun. But, of course, you're always going to have people who are going to complain and say that it's not a legit run and Phil didn't do this or that, whatever. You guys got to understand this is now 2 years since I adopted interactive streaming. 2 freaking years. I feel my content has gotten way better ever since I did. All right? And I hope that you guys feel the same way. And I am going to now be doing interactive streams like this. If you don't like that and you're looking for someone who only plays for themselves, doesn't take advice, you're in the wrong place. Okay? Not to say that I want people to 100% hold my hand, but at the same time, I don't know anything about magic builds or where the items are to get for and everything, so I'm going to need advice. Okay? Sound good? Alright. So all that being said, should be a good session today. The premiere of Dark Souls Remastered, The Magic Run. Tonight, yes, I am doing a second stream tonight, even though it's Sunday. It's going to be Black Ops 4 Blackout, my Battle Royale gameplay fun. I love playing that Battle Royale mode. Last time I played, didn't have as much luck as I usually do, but I did make 6th place instead of 5th, so not so bad, I guess. We'll see how it goes tonight. Okay, it's always a different experience when I play that. Then tomorrow, more Dark Souls Magic Run. And then tomorrow night, the late night stream will be a chill Minecraft stream, which should be fun. After the last 4-hour session I did on Friday, I had so much progress. And it basically now, it's going to be interesting to see what I determine I want to do next, because there's, you know, basically I've really refined my house, right? I made a tree house. I've got my paths all going through areas. I've got a stable for my horse, and I could now ride my horse all around the place if I want. My barn now is basically turning basically into like a farm, which is really cool with livestock and everything. I have a pier now for fishing. So everything's like nicely set up at home, and I'm not sure what people are going to want to see me do next in that game, but we'll see. That's going to be tomorrow night, okay? Then Tuesday is going to be a special retrospective event. On stream, I'm going to be going back and watching some of the best moments of my 10 years as a content creator, whether it's a playthrough, a review, a vlog, etc., all suggested by the viewers. And it's going to be a fun marathon-style event where we just watch back this stuff together, and I will do live commentary reaction and give you some behind-the-scenes kind of information about the stuff that we watch together. So that's going to be Tuesday. I did one of these events in September, and overwhelmingly, you guys told me it was one of the best things I'd ever done. You'd love to see me do it again. That's why we're doing it again. Okay? Then, on Wednesday, I'll be off. But then I'll be back on Thursday with Ask the King, which is my bi-monthly Q&A show. So FYI, all of you who are interested in getting your questions answered on Ask the King, please head over to thekingofhate.com forums and post up your questions. There already has been a thread there for 2 months for you to post up your questions. I just looked last night. There's like none. I'm not even kidding. There's like very few questions. Please start posting up your questions for Ask the King. The more questions I get, the better the show is. All right? Also, you'll have an opportunity on my Twitter to post up questions the day of. And I also might be taking questions from Stream Chat that day. All right? Okay. Then, Thursday night, I'll be doing Life is Strange 2, Episode 2. Yeah, that's right. The game is actually still being made. You may be surprised. You're like, what the hell? Life is Strange 2? Didn't, like, Episode 1 come out, like, way early fall? Yeah. Like, it's taking them a long time to develop this game. I guess that's a good thing. We'll see how it goes. So, Episode 2 is supposed to be coming out this Thursday, and I'll be doing that as the late stream. And then finally, on Friday, the release of Resident Evil 2, the remade game from the ground up from Capcom. For me, quite frankly, this is one of the most hyped things this year. Reason being, number one, I love Resident Evil. Number two, I love survival horror. And number three, we haven't had a great survival horror game in a million years. So this is going to be a great return to form. People love when I do survival horror. Apparently, the graphics are amazing. The gameplay mechanics are really well done. It's a classic game with a great plot. 2 different run-throughs with different characters are going to happen. I am going to do both sides. Okay? So I'm pretty stoked. All right? And I hope you guys are going to be excited for this coming Friday. I'm super excited. Okay? And then from there, we play it by ear. You know, it'll probably be Resident Evil 2 balanced with my more chill stuff. You know, like streams of Black Ops 4 multiplayer or Black Ops 4 Blackout or Minecraft. Every once in a while, throwing in a stream of Dark Souls Remastered. Then Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out the week after, and that's going to become a main focus to balance it with everything else. So we're going to have some good new releases and good variety of content coming out within the next couple of weeks. And I hope you guys are excited for that. I know some people have been waiting around for new games. They're very upset there haven't been any. Finally, we're going to get that this week. All right? Fair enough? All right. So I have one minor update and comment to make about something I talked about on stream and on Twitter yesterday. I did make a tweet about it last night, but it's very hard to express any kind of full, complete thoughts on Twitter because of the character limit. Even with the increased character limit, it's still super hard to do so. In regards to the end of Machinima, yesterday I talked about this for about 15-20 minutes, my history with Machinima. And so those who actually watched the pre-stream or listened to the pre-stream understood my full comments. But I just want to clarify something, all right? It's a sad thing whenever a company or a group or something that was a source of enjoyment and employment for people comes to an end. It's just a sad fact. It's a sad thing, right? Certainly, even in the case of, you know, companies that have wronged me and or treated me badly in the past, I have no ill will towards those who find employment from said companies. I just want some people to understand that, because it seems to me some people mistook my comments as Phil is celebrating the end of Machinima that's really bitter of him and it's like gloating and it's not right because there's people who worked at Machinima and now they don't have a job. All right. I understand that. And it certainly wasn't the impression that I was trying to give, but people will interpret whatever they want. In particular, those people who always want to see drama wherever it doesn't exist are most of the people who say stuff like that. But I digress. That's not what I meant. The whole point I was trying to make was it sucks when you have something that has an internet legacy that goes away, right? And certainly, again, I'm not happy that people are losing their jobs. But for me, it's more of a celebration of, damn, I've been making content since 2008. I've been through the ringer. I did it at completely 100% as a hobby without making a penny from 2008 till, 2011. Then from 2011 to 2017, I was with Machinima. And boy, was that a period of ups and downs. And now for the past 2 years, I've basically been doing other stuff. For about a year and a half, I was with Curse. Now I'm flying solo. And if anything, with all the companies that I've dealt with, 2 of them have wronged me, all right? And there have been tons of content creators who've just outright insulted me and said nasty things about me, despite the fact I don't even know who the hell they are or what kind of stuff they put out. They just feel the need to insult me because they think it's cool and it's the popular and fun thing to do, right? And the bottom line is that I've outlasted a lot of them. Certainly not all of them, but there's been a ton of content creators that are now gone and or, have moved on to do other stuff, and companies that wrong me that don't exist anymore. And that was kind of the point I'm making, is that I am a guy who solely, and I understand this, solely has been successful off of 2 factors: my own hard work and your support. And of course, there's always an iota of luck in there with the timing that I started on YouTube. But if I didn't bust my ass over the years, and if you didn't continue to support me through thick and thin, I would not still be here. I would have been one of these footnotes in the history of online gaming and would not be putting out content anymore. You know what I mean? It's because of you guys, the viewers and fans who have stuck with me and supported me year after year, is the reason why I'm still here and I'm able to do a 4th friggin' run in a game like Dark Souls, but then I'm still able to later this week enjoy some of the awesome new releases. You know what I mean? Have chill streams, but also have really epic, kind of almost stressful ones with games that are multiplayer. It's your support that allow me to basically get through all this stuff and do what I love for a living. And when it comes to content, I actually feel that in this modern era, this is the best content I've ever put out. I'm able to play whatever game I want. I'm able to enjoy myself doing whatever I want. And you guys are here every day on stream to enjoy it with me. And that's like the best case scenario. It's no longer like it used to be back when I was a slave to YouTube, where I had to put out a video that YouTube viewers would watch. God forbid I play a JRPG and my funds are down for 2 weeks because no one watches it on YouTube. You see what I mean? It's not like that anymore. Now I can do whatever I want. I almost feel like I have creative freedom to play anything and you guys will watch. And that's an awesome feeling. You know what I mean? So thank you, all of you, for all of your support, and understand that when I'm celebrating that, it's not, I'm not like trying to be negative towards the people who are failing. You know what I mean? Like, I would never, I'll give you a perfect example here. 2 best friends play, super best friends play. I was actually sad to hear that they were breaking up. Now, I don't know anything about their content. I've never watched it ever. But I know that this is a group of guys who put out apparently quality content because they have a ridiculous amount of fans who love their content, okay? And they, over the years, have insulted me. Now, I've never said a thing about them. I don't know anything about them, but they've insulted me repeatedly over the years, saying that I'm a train wreck and this and that. And it's like, wow, that's really nice, guys. I've never said anything about you. I don't even know about you. And you go out of your way to insult me in your own content. Wow, that's really mature and fun. And wow, you're really great guys, right? But I've never done that to them because I don't know anything about them. And even though all they've ever done is said negative shit about me, I was sad to hear that they were breaking up, because that is a community of people who've come together, right, to watch their content, and that's no longer going to exist. You're going to get fragmentation now. And I kind of equate that to back in the day, a long time ago, before I'd ever even made any content for YouTube. There was a group called Screw Attack, and they had a breaking up where the two guys who were the head of Screw Attack, it was Handsome Tom and Stuttering Craig, basically had a falling out as friends. Stuttering Tom went on to do his, Handsome Tom went on to do his own thing. Stuttering Craig retained ownership rights to Screw Attack. Screw Attack went on to success, and the thing that Handsome Tom was doing failed miserably. And that sucks, because that's not a good thing when you had a community of people who like the group and then it gets split up. I don't like that. I don't like hearing that these groups get split up, even if the groups don't like me. That's not something positive to celebrate. It's not. It's the opposite. It would be nice. The variety is spice of life, right? That's what they say. Variety is the spice of life. I don't want everyone to only just watch my stuff. I want you guys to be able to go out there and be able to enjoy and watch a variety of content. All I care about is if you eventually come back to my stuff and hang out with me. That's all, go enjoy other stuff in the other time. I don't care, right? So, for me, when I hear, oh no, Machinima's failing, breaking down. Oh my God, a community of content creators that doesn't like me is breaking down. That's sad. That actually makes me sad. And I want you to understand that. I'm not celebrating or gloating. I'm just saying I'm happy that through thick and thin, I was the one who stuck in there, who fought the good fight, and I'm still here. Even though there have been many, many times that my livelihood has been threatened, my ability to do this has basically been at risk, you guys have gotten me through it. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to the future very positively at this point. Okay? Fair enough? Fair enough. All right. So that's all I have to say about that subject. And I hope that people will finally take it in context, instead of taking one tweet and saying, wow, this must mean this and this and this. Enough of that. Enough of that very immature, dramatic shit. A tweet is a tweet, and it says what it says. You assuming it means one thing or the other, that's on you, And I hate that people try to put words in my mouth. Oh, Phil's celebrating that Machinima's gone and now no one has a job. That's fucked up. No, that's not what I'm doing, okay? Okay. All right, everybody. So, let's now, very briefly, talk about the plugs, and then we will do shout-outs for people who have contributed, and then we're going to get started. And again, I'm very much going to rely on you guys and your input and feedback during this run. I'm definitely going to need your help, because I don't know what to do. I've never done a pyromancer. I've never done a sorcery. I've never done... Like I said, I don't think I'm going to be doing a faith or miracle build. I kind of did that in Dark Souls 2. I'm leaning towards either sorcery or pyromancy or both. So I think that's the way to go. But I'm going to need your help to determine how to do this. All right? So... All right. So, thank you, everyone. And let's very briefly do some plugs. Number one, if you guys would like to support me in various ways to allow me to continue to do this for a living and, keep my house and, all that important stuff, pay my bills to keep the electricity on and the internet running, there's many ways that you could support my efforts. The first would be Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, where you can earn personal perks for your monthly pledges that give back. For example, one of the best perks is the ability to nominate and vote on stuff. Right now, people are nominating their favorite moments of my 10-year legacy for this upcoming event on Tuesday. All right? Give it a look. Patreon.com/darksidephil. You can also buy merch from my Teespring shop. Anything you buy helps me out, and you get a cool collectible, right? If you're here live on the stream and you cheer, sub, or tip during today's stream, I absolutely will give you a thank you shout out. Although understand I am playing Dark Souls 1. It's a tough game. I may not be able to immediately give you said shout out or I'll die. I have to get to a safe spot first, but in general, it should be good. It should be a good game for this kind of interaction, all right? So, yes, thank you to anyone who cheers, subs, or tips today. They all help me out, all right? And as you guys can see, we do have a Stream Stats leaderboard at the top of your screen. It's going to track things such as the top cheerer of the day, the top tipper of the day, the total tips that we've accumulated for the day, and, yes, it's back, the death counter, all right? The death counter for Dark Souls always is a staple, so it will be in effect for this playthrough, and I get the feeling I'll be updating it quite a lot. Since I'm going to be weak as shit, I'm not going to have armor or, heavy stuff to defend myself, no shield. Since it's a magic build, I'm probably going to get wrecked. So, probably a lot of deaths coming up, just saying. Okay, if you're interested in tipping me helps me out tremendously. It's funds that I can use for things right away. In particular, right now, your tips are going to pay for Resident Evil 2 this Friday, as well as Kingdom Hearts 3 next week. So any tips that you give me are greatly appreciated. There's 2 ways you could tip me. If you look below the stream, there's a tip jar button that you can click on. And if you don't see that button, you can just type !tip into the stream chat, and that will bring up my tips link. Click on that to go to my tips PayPal page. Thank you to anyone who considers doing that. Also, if you're going to cheer today, we have new cheer motes. These have been in effect for roughly a week. It's pretty cool. You get a fun animation when you cheer, depending on how much you cheer. If you cheer 50 bits, 100 bits, 1,000 bits, or 5,000 bits, you get 4 completely different animations that, in my opinion, actually improve in quality the higher you go. If you want full information on how to use those, you can type in !cheer into the stream chat, and that'll bring up the chat command that will have all of those instructions. It's basically a DSP cheer special command you have to use. All right. Also, you guys may have noticed that our sub count is way down. That's okay. I was fully expecting our sub count to go down because it was just about a month ago when good old Emerald 7, whoever he may be, or she may be, came into the chat in December and gifted a ridiculous ton of subs. Those subs are now all expiring, and we've got one more slew of them, one more, that are going to expire. Okay? So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes in regards to that. But I think we're going to fall between 400 to 500 subs when all is said and done. That was our old, level of subs that I used to have. And I feel that that's where we're going to kind of level out. So within the next day or two, you may see another dip in subs down to 400 or 500. That's okay. Then we could start organically building back up. And by the way, then I could start doing sub goals again. But that's why I didn't have a sub goal in January. There was no way I could do it when the subs were so artificially inflated. All right. So, that's fine. Please consider subbing, though. If you are not subbed currently, or if your sub expired, just think of all the benefits that you guys got. You didn't have to watch ads, right, when I was running them during streams. You got access to all of the new and fun emotes that I added over the last 3 to 4 months. We added a ton of new emotes. And I still have open emote spots, so eventually we're going to add more. All right? Many benefits to subbing, so please consider subbing if you haven't. All right, I think I've hit upon all the notes. I think now, let's go ahead and let us begin with shoutouts, and then we will begin with the gameplay. Sound good? All right, shoutouts. So thanks to those who contributed. In particular, there's some people who contribute overnight, and I really do appreciate those who do. And then there's people who obviously contributed before I even started with gameplay today. That's also appreciated. So let's give some shoutouts to those who deserve it. First of all, overnight, Infinite55 did a 1,000-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Infinite55, for that. Overnight support is always appreciated. Thank you. Then, as the stream started up, Lunatic Fringe 134 resubbed for the 2nd month in a row. Thank you, Lunatic Fringe, for the 2-month resub. Okay, thank you very much. Xbox One is garbage. Tipped me $1 and said, Championship Sunday, let's go. Well, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means that there's like sports games on today. I'm assuming that's in regards to American football, but I could be wrong. But anyway, thank you for the tip. And obviously, thank you to those who are hanging out with me today on stream. Even if there are sports games or whatever going on, I appreciate that you're here to hang out with me and share some fun gameplay. All right. All right, continuing on. Beppo Carrot has resubbed for the 2nd month in a row. Thank you, Beppo Carrot, for the resub. Eternal Napalm did a 50-bit cheer. And he says, I played Dark Souls Remastered on the PS4 last year. It ran at a buttery smooth 60 frames, even in Blighttown and Lost Izalith. Enjoy. Well, thanks. Now, FYI. All right, guys. FYI. Today, excuse me, I am broadcasting at 1080p, 30 frames per second. You guys are pretty much used to watching Dark Souls 1 at 30 frames per second or lower. All right. Now, if the game does run 60 frames smoothly, and I'm playing it, and maybe people say, well, the visuals aren't so great. I don't know. I've never played the remastered version. If the visuals aren't so great, I would consider moving forward when I play this, downscaling to 720p, but then I could do 60 frames if that's what you guys want. All right. So again, this playthrough is going to be very, catered towards what you guys want on the streams. If you want 60 frames, I could do 60 frames, but then I'm going to have to downgrade to 720p. So it's up to whatever you guys want. All right, today we'll do 1080p 30 frames. If you guys like this, we'll continue to do it. If not, you want to see me downscale it because maybe the graphics ain't so great, and you want to see me do 720p 60 frames, then I'll do that. Okay? All right. Continuing on. Shout out to Crazed Carnivore, who has resubbed at 14 months, a 14-month ongoing subscription, and says, love your work, bro. Keep it up. I hope it's a pyro run. All right, we'll see. Again, it's going to be highly dependent on what you guys want. Pidaris just cheered. It's a reminder, make a hot chick character. I don't think there's any hot characters in Dark Souls. They all look like horrible, but I am going to make a female today for the first time ever in Dark Souls. Pidar then cheered again. He says, I respect your decision to do what you want to do. Well, there you go. Thank you, Pidaris. CM Fool has resubbed for the 26th month in a row. Thank you so much, CM Fool, for the ongoing support. He says, DSP, I hope you're having a good day and play the quiet man. Oh my God, he got me again. CM Fool actually didn't say that for a while. And he fooled me right now. He didn't get... Oh. God damn it. All right, anyway, let's continue. Pidaris just cheered and said, people reacted that way because your tweet ended with laughing out loud in all capitals, made it seem like you were laughing at their misfortune. No, I was laughing at the irony of the situation that these giant companies who apparently were worth millions and millions of dollars and, you know, had the money to create television series and to do, to fly people out to events and to do all this crazy shit are now out of business, but I'm still here. That's kind of what it was an ironic laughing that I have outlasted these entities that were corporate entities that you think would have their shit together. And apparently they didn't. That is what it was. It was nothing like, ha ha, you're all unemployed, which is what some people took it as. And again, I think the people who take it that way are people who already view me in a negative light and just want to make drama where it doesn't exist. I'm going to interpret this tweet this way because I know it'll cause problems for Phil. No, grow up. Because I didn't say that. You know? It's up to you to interpret it in a way that doesn't assume the worst. But sadly, that's what people did. What can I say, right? Save the Pig the Game did a 500-bit cheer and said, really glad to hear how much you value us, real and true fans, especially those who support you in the streams. Keep ignoring the trolls. God bless you. Well, thank you. Save the Pig the Game. You are now the top cheer for today. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. All right. Does that say 500? Indeed it does. All right. That is a really long leaderboard. By the way, guys, today I'm not doing ties. There's absolutely no way I could fit a tie in the leaderboard. So only the person who first gets a top spot will be up there. So perfect example, if someone else tips $1, Xbox One is garbage will still hold the spot because he's the first person who tipped $1. You'll have to tip above $1 to get into the leaderboard. Same thing with Save the Pig the Game. You have to do 501-bit cheer in order to kick him off the top spot. Okay, everyone? Impact Sona cheered 50 bits and says, just a tip, go with the Pyromancer class. You start at level 1 and get the most bang for your buck with stats. It's the go-to starter for builds. All right, maybe I will. Perhaps I will. All right, Big Daddy Phil cheers. Says, what happened to the pack of wild chimps? Last I saw, he wanted to donate his food stamps. I have no idea where that guy is. That's what I mean. We get people in here who, you know, who are like regulars, and they vanish. And you know what? I've always said this. The internet, especially the realm of content creation, it's ever-changing and ever-evolving. And you will always see new faces, and you'll always sadly see regulars go. You know, people are constantly moving on to other stuff. Maybe they get tired of a certain kind of content. Maybe they get busy with their own life. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. The cool thing is that for over 10 years, I've still had enough of you to retain, you know, an ongoing presence. And things have gone really well. All right? So there you go. It should be fun. It should be, you know, moving forward, you know, I understand that there's going to be people who disappear and there's new people coming in. That's a fun thing. That's always fun to see new faces, but it is always sad to maybe see a regular disappear. What can I say, right? That's life. That's just an inevitability of being a content creator. There's very few people from back in the day, from the original days when I started, who are still around watching my stuff. I mean, it was 11 years ago. Of course, a lot of people don't watch the same thing for 11 years, right? I understand that. All right. Moving on. Shout out to... Hold on a second here. Now, that's weird. I'm going to refresh. Apparently, there was a tip that showed up. Yeah, wow. There was something that didn't show up in my Muxy here on my laptop. That was weird. All right. Dolan Dark tipped me $1. It says, I have to congratulate you for lasting this long. Some of my favorite gamers, like Super Best Friends or Total Biscuit or The Creatures, may have been more popular than you. They're no longer around while you made it through. You're a real trooper. I agree. It's again, it's sad to see content creators with giant followings and thriving communities go away. And I do want to say this, rest in peace to Total Biscuit. You know, very tragic loss to the community. And that was a situation where it wasn't that, you know, his content wasn't popular anymore. The poor guy got sick and died. I mean, that's awful. That's absolutely awful. Way before his time. In regards to The Creatures, that was just a falling out of a group of players. Same thing with Super Best Friends, right? And it sucks. It freaking sucks. And again, for me, I'm not saying anything about negative about any of them. But for me to persevere and get through that stuff, you know, keep going, is pretty crazy. So that's what I've been celebrating. So, okay. I also got an anonymous $1 tip. Someone who says that it's sad to see me playing Dark Souls again. I played the game too much. Well, then don't watch this part. What can I say? That's why I do a variety of content. That's why tonight I'm doing Black Ops Blackout. Tomorrow I'm doing Minecraft. The rest of this week I'm not even playing Dark Souls. You know, I could see if I came out and I said, well, guys, I'm playing Dark Souls for 2 weeks straight. All right, you have much right to be disappointed and upset and sad that I'm spending so much time on this game. I literally just said this is the downtime game. All right, this is the game that's going to balance out with all the other stuff that you guys pretty much want to see. It's going to be a filler game. So why people would complain about that, I have no idea, besides the fact that maybe they're being a little bit too demanding. I hate to say it, a little bit too entitled. How dare you ever play a game that I'm not interested in? I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. All right. So please, hey, you don't like Dark Souls? You don't have to be here for Dark Souls. There's plenty of other stuff coming in the variety of content I'm putting out. You know what I'm saying? The Hate took me $1 and said, oh, here we go. Another complaint, but I'll read it. The Dark Souls Remastered, the Magic Redemption run where you play at sub 30 frames per second with laggy controls and not with the remastered crutches. I don't even know what that means. Sub 30 frames per second? I thought the game runs at 60. Laggy controls? I thought this version of the game didn't have laggy controls. Not with the remastered crutches. I don't even know what that means. What's a remastered crutch? Them actually fixing the graphics isn't a crutch. You see what I mean? Them actually fixing the game to run at what they had originally intended it to be isn't a crutch. It's them fixing the game. So I don't even understand what this guy's trying to say. But anyway, let's go ahead and update. It's up to $4 in total tips. So thank you guys very much. Very nice. And Almighty Ming Levo. I don't know what that means. But he says, he cheered, he says, can you try to ignore help from the chat? I understand getting help when you need it, but completely relying on chat kills the organic experience of a playthrough. It's like Twitch chat plays Dark Souls, not Phil plays Dark Souls. No. The whole point of this run is interaction with the chat. That's literally the point of me going back and doing this run. Because like I said, I don't know anything about how the magic builds work. I don't know where the magic items are. The whole point is for chat to help me to make a really cool magic build and have a fun time with the game. If I'm going to go through the game cold again, it's a waste of time. I've been there and done that. I don't need to do it again. So, no. I don't know how many times I can explain what I'm going to do and then people still complain. No. Hold on. No. 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 Okay. Now, are we... No. Maybe now it'll sink in. Oh my God. Okay, Silent General just did a 200-bit cheer. Thank you, Silent General, for the 200-bit cheer. No! Okay. Now maybe you understand. Rainbow Sparkles just cheered. And, hold on. Rainbow Sparkle just cheered. He says, that guy's being a troll. The game runs fine. A tip for the magic run, use Pyro and Magic. Pyro doesn't require any leveling, only a Catalyst and Pyromancy Flame. It's very powerful and will be a good supplement for magic and sorceries. Sounds good. Sounds like I should start as a Pyromancer, and then if I want to do sorcery later, I can. That seems like what people are kind of pushing me towards here. All right, Almighty Ming Levo cheered again. He says, I want to correct you on my name. It's Almight _ Ming Levo. No, it's not. It's Almighty _ Ming Levo. Anyway, he says, it's like a tribe called Quest or a pimp named Slipback. You say the whole thing. So, Almighty Ming Levo. Okay. All right, there you go. No! Maybe I'm just going to have to keep doing that during this playthrough. I don't know what else to do to get it to sink in with people. That I'm not going to be doing another cold run, running around, looking for shit, I don't know where it is, and dying 500 times and having no fun. It's going to be a fun, interactive run through Dark Souls. All right. Good Lord. Can I please start the game? No! Oh, I missed the button. No! And every time you ask, I will delay the starting of the game even longer with antics. So there you go. All right. Let's go ahead and actually what I'd like to do is do some shout outs for those who are the top cheerers of the week. By the way, that's going to reset tonight. So if you want to get up on the leaderboard as a top cheerer for this week, it resets overnight on Sunday. So this will be your last chance today. Okay? So shout out to the following. In 10th place this week, we've got... shit. No, that's not 10th place. It wasn't working. In 10th place this week, we've got Snowy Saz. In 9th place, Freddy Ballsy. In 8th place, Glowing White Face. 7th place goes to The Paradox. 6th place goes to Pidaris. 5th place, Cliffy Bureau. 4th place, That Rich Democrat. 3rd place, Infinite 55. 2nd place, Goldry Bluzco. And, excuse me. And in 1st place, Babyman Gaming. So thanks to everyone who cheered this week. Much appreciated, all of that support. And Bloy Ripper just did a $5 tip. That makes him the top tipper of the day. And he says, yo, DSP, love the stream, but start the fucking game already. No! All right, hold on. Let me update the leaderboard, then maybe I'll actually start the game. So let's get Bloy Ripper up there. Top tip, $5. That did not work at all. It typed just the B. Wow, the keyboard died. I gotta... oh my god. I gotta try to resync it again. My keyboard just completely died. Let's try this now. There we go. It's obviously something with the signal, because how is it that if I unplug and replug the battery, the thing works? You know what I mean? Okay, up to 9. Wait a minute. I just received a $10 tip from Hank, who says, let's get the show on the road. All right, well, thank you, Hank. You're now the top tipper of the day. Boy, Bloy Ripper really had a short-lived spot on the leaderboard there. Thank you, Hank. $10, which then gets us up to 19 total. Nice. All right. Thanks to all of you for the support. I really do appreciate it. We're now going to begin with... wait a minute. Big Draco just tipped me $2. He said, you should thank me for making the internet happening. Big Sola in this bitch. I have no idea what that means, but thank you for the $2 tip. That now gets us up to $21 in total tips so far today. Thank you. All right. So now we're going to begin Dark Souls Remastered, The Magic Run. I'm going to build a character based off of your feedback, and we're going to jump in the game and see what I can do here. Sound good? All right. Thank you very much for all of your support. Let's now begin. The fun shall begin, shall we? All right. Thanks, everyone, and let's do it. All right.